Hey guys, it's Blade again from Cardio Security. I'm here today to show you a brand new Alpine head unit, the iLX-F905D. Okay, so the iLX-F905D, what is it? So this is a 9-inch floating screen from Alpine. Now you may be aware that there is audio 9-inch screen out on the market. This is the newer version of that. So this is the 905 versus the 904 from the previous model. This unit now has wireless Apple CarPlay, your normal Android Auto via wired connection. You've got high-res audio output, Bluetooth streaming, hands-free calls, DAB, and camera inputs, as well as dashcam inputs on this. So let me open up the box, we'll show you the contents, go through everything, what it does, and then we'll get it all powered up and show you it from there. So here we have all the contents of the box. There's quite a lot inside, so let me go through everything for you. So first of all, we have the instruction manuals. There's basic issue instruction manuals for a range of their products, but that's that there. And we have this little loom here. So this plugs into the back of the unit directly. This gives you a reverse camera connection. They have a direct feed for Alpine specific reverse cameras as well as a canvas module and like a parking wire and stuff like that. This blue bag is your GPS antenna. So you have good GPS location for your Google Maps or Waze when you're using CarPlay. Here in this pink bag, we have the Bluetooth microphone. So this would be plugged into the back of the head unit and then run up to your sun visor or headlining. This way the other people can hear you on a phone call. We have your main direct connection to ISO harness. This will be giving you your power. This one is your subwoofer, steering controls and remote inputs. And these are your remaining RCA inputs as well. So this will plug directly into the back of the head unit, and then you have your RCA inputs as well, so you can add a sub-amp or something like that to the system. You have your RCAs there. Then we have a couple of bags of screws. Obviously the head of the unit will screw to the body, I'll explain that in a second, but you have some screws there for that, and you also have a retaining clip for an HDMI to hold that down. Last few bits, we have a pack of trims. There's one very important trim in here, which I will go through in just a second, but you have basically just finishing trims so that once it's all together, you can't see any of the metal brackets or anything like that. It all looks as it should. And then last but not least, we have the screen and the body. Now they do come separated. Like I said, you will need to bolt them together, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But it is a singled-in body stereo. USB connections on the back, you have 2 of those, and that's pretty much it. It's a very basic unit. And then you have the screen, which is, like I said, it's a 9-inch across screen. This is an HD screen as well, 720p. And then you have the pins on the back to connect it in. So I'll show you now how to bolt it all together, show you what that special trim piece is and how that works. We'll go from there. Okay, so to put the unit together, you're only going to need a couple of things. Obviously, you will need the face, the body, the special trim. Now, this is the special trim that you'll need. It's basically just this very thin piece with the 2 little pins, and I'll show you how that works. Without this, the unit will not turn on. The other part you will need is obviously a decent screwdriver, Phillips head, and the screws themselves are these Phillips head screws with the flat seat. See how it sits flat like that? It's the only ones that are in there that are flat seated, not tapered. And grab your head. It will slot in together quite nicely. Just make sure you're flat and it will clip in like that. You do have little pins there that will allow it to clip in. Now, if I can show you this, you have 4 screw holes. Some at the bottom there and some at the top. You just need to pop the screws into there. Okay, so just to show you a bit closer up where your screws are going, we've already put one in the top there. It's just going down here. Make sure you do not cross thread them, so you want to undo it slightly, let it click, and then you can do it up. Okay, just make sure they're nipped up. There we go, so that's nice and nipped up. And the last thing is this thing. And like I said, without this, you cannot turn it on. So The way it works is this little cut out here where the body is connected to the screen. So you want that facing around that way, and it literally just drops into them two little holes there. You can't really get it the wrong way. That's it. It's just loosely in there. It doesn't click or anything. It just loosely drops in there. Okay, so that's the unit put together. Pretty simple. Now to power on the unit, you will need to do a very small amount of work with the harness. So this is your main power harness. Obviously, most vehicles this will be going into, you will need an adapter for the car. So from the ISO side to the vehicle, the plug will be different. You most likely have a canvas vehicle, so just make sure you purchase the correct harness for the car, otherwise it's not going to be compatible. But let me show you with the harness. Long wire here is for your reverse signal. For now we don't need to worry about that, but it comes de-pinned from out of the box. So if you look here, you have your yellow wire here, which is a permanent live, and you have a red wire here, which is your ignition live. Now, this is de-pinned from the other side of the harness, which is this side. That's the direct connection for the stereo. And as you can see, they're de-pinned. So just make sure you pin them together again, otherwise it won't turn on. So we'll just do that quickly now. So just push them together, nice and tight. Find the red side, push that in as well. There we have it. So that is all ready to go. We're about to connect the power, so I have my power source here. We have the power here. We're going to connect it up in 3, 2, 1, plugged in. Let me come around. So unit startup time is pretty good. Let's take off this here. So again, startup time is pretty good. It's about 5 seconds or so. So I'm just going to quickly run through the features on here. So we have a single radio button, so that is for your AM, FM and DAB. You have USB, which is just grayed out because you don't have a USB connected. You have HDMI there, auxiliary, Bluetooth audio streaming, and then music, which is for music on a USB also. Now down the bottom here you have your phone, which is obviously if you have your phone paired, you'll have your phone book, everything on there. And then Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is also grayed out, as we don't have anything connected there currently. And then you have setup. Now, along the bottom, you have the actual connections and the buttons here. So you have one physical button here. We click that. All it does is basically turns on like a switch mode. If you're connected to Apple CarPlay, it will switch into Maps or your previous app that was on there. And then you have that basically is your volume up and down. You have a mute, and you have a media button. That'll take you into your latest media that you've clicked on. That's your home button there. Sorry, home button there. You have a camera connection button that'll go directly to your reverse camera, and then you skip tracks on that side. Now to show you the other features of the unit, if we click up here, you have a built-in voltage meter. So the actual layout of this unit is very, very similar to the 11-inch. It's actually exactly the same as the 11-inch. The features on this unit is just in a smaller package. So you have the voltage meter, you have all of your adjustments audio-wise, bass, treble, you obviously have EQ, so you can have an advanced parametric EQ, you can have a basic, you can have presets, you have fader balance, your crossovers for each set of speakers, and you also have time alignment there as well. A lot of Alpine units have this. You have the media expander and bass engine. This is just basically to change up how your music sounds. If you want to give you a bit more bass or different sound, you can click on those. You have DAB 1, 2 and 3. And you have FM 1, 2 and 3 and AM 1 and 2. So you can save multiple channels there. And then obviously HDMI, if you have an HDMI source plugged in, this unit has HDMI in and out, so you can connect to Amazon Fire Stick and then connect up a secondary HDMI source to a screen or something like that. You have auxiliary output, so basically your red, white and yellow. Now, let me show you the settings in the system. So you have quite a few settings. Obviously this is just your device list of Bluetooth connections and stuff like that. So obviously your Bluetooth device list, it will come up all the phones that are paired. You can even add a new device from here. It will bring up all the Bluetooth available products. Now function, this will give you most of the main settings in the vehicle. Obviously CarPlay settings, radio, auxiliary, HDMI, everything there. And then this is your system settings, so the actual system itself, you can change all the settings from there. So your screen color, your source setup and everything there. So you've got quite a lot of settings in this unit. But the main thing of this is obviously it's a massive 9-inch screen. So not as big as the 11, but still it's a big screen. It's very, very touch responsive. It's very easy to use, especially for an Alpine. One other thing I thought I'd mention as well is when you have your phone connected, it will show what phone obviously is connected. It will show your battery life, your data and everything, and what's playing up here as well. Okay guys, so I thought I'd show you how to connect the iPhone to the unit via Apple CarPlay wirelessly. So the easiest way to do this is jump onto, let me just show you quickly, jump onto the Bluetooth audio side of things. That will give you this screen, and then go to phone settings and then add new device. So this is not my phone, so I'm just going to find the device. There it is. It's connecting to the device. Okay, so yes, we would like to pair. Yes, we'd like to pair. Allow contact sync. It should ask us, there we go. Would you like to do Apple CarPlay? Yes, we would. Start. It should prompt us here as well. Oh, there we go. So that's connected now wirelessly, Apple CarPlay to this device. So if I wanted to go to Maps, I can go on Maps. I can search, go wherever I need to. I can then go into the settings, change the appearance and everything, go into WhatsApp if I need to, send a message via voice command. So it's a standard Apple CarPlay, but on a nice big screen. Okay, so let's show you the connections of the back of the unit and see what you're getting here. So on these fly leads here, you have two USB connections. So one is dedicated for your CarPlay and Android Auto, and one is dedicated for USB connections. They have little caps over them, you just take them off. So this can be run around to your glove box or an armrest, wherever you want to run these two. Now, this is your main power connection here. So you have a multi-pin power connection, which I've showed you already, that's for that lead. Now, this is where your HDMI goes. So you have an HDMI in and out. It's labeled clearly, so make sure you don't get them the wrong way around. Now this is just a fan to keep the unit cool. These three plugs here are for the pre-outs and the camera connections and all those things that we saw at the beginning there. This little plug here is for GPS antenna. This little nubby here is for your DAB antenna. This yellow plug is for your steering control input, so that's a patch lead directly connected to there. And then this fly lead is for your FM antenna, so that's a DIN connection for FM. Now I thought I'd mention as well whilst we're here, is as you can see at the back of the unit you have these longer parts, which means you can raise and lower the screen once it's fitted to the vehicle. So you can just adjust these two screws at the back here and you can raise and lower the screen. And also just show you that the screen is tiltable, so you can tilt the screen up and down as need be. So it's adjusted via these brackets here. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it from me. That was the iLX-F905D, the brand new 9-inch floating screen from Alpine. This has come out with the 11-inch version, the F115D. We have already done a video on that, so make sure you check that one out if you're after a bigger screen than that, but this one's already huge. But yeah, it's a single in-bodied stereo with a floating screen. You can adjust the tilt of that screen as well. It's obviously wireless Apple CarPlay. And just remember, the Android Auto is only via a wire. It's not currently wireless. Now, it's obviously Bluetooth streaming, hands-free calls, DAB radio, and it's a high-res audio output, as well as HDMI input and output on this as well. Now, this is available on our website at caraudioSecurity.com, so make sure you check it out. This is our latest unit that's out at the moment, so make sure you do check it out. But yeah, that's it from me. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.